Greetings, everybody. I'm here for today's video to do a journaling video. Like I said, I'm new to this, not sure how this works. I just know I gotta talk or write stuff down. Actually, let me just go on my phone real quick and figure it out. Okay. Journaling is a practice of regularly recording on your personal thoughts, feelings, experiences, and reflections to promote self-awareness, emotional processing, and goal setting. It is a private space for self-expression and can help improve mental health by reducing stress and anxiety, boosting self-esteem, and fostering personal growth. Journaling can be done in various forms, including writing, drawing, or type note or digital platform. There are many different techniques and preferences. Alright, so this is supposed to help me in a way, but I'm not sure how. So one thing that's first is that life is okay, I guess. For me, I'm doing fine. I'm still trying to get over my ex. It's been 3 months because we broke up the last week of May, I want to say. So it's May, June, July, August, right? It's been barely 3 months because we're already the first week in September. So let's say 3 months, right? Now the thing is that I'm still getting used to life without her, and I do miss her, but there's nothing I can do about it. People would say if we love her, go back, but it's I did what I could during the relationship, and if it couldn't work during the relationship, what makes you think it can work after and following, right? Now, there are reasons I want to talk, which would be about my ex and politics, which I want to talk about to help me. Now, like I said, I'm still getting used to this. I don't think about her a lot. I don't know what I should do. Like I said, I'm still doing life. What is it? What's today? Yeah, no. Sunday, I went to the mall. I bought myself a Funko at box lunch, and then I bought myself a new pair of shoes of New Balance, which for $80, and then afterwards spent $120, which I didn't know I was gonna spend to fix my window, because the button doesn't work. So when you try to push the button, it wouldn't go down or up. Sometimes it will. It's really late at night, at 8 p.m. when it's dark, because my Mustang window only works during the summer. No, only during the winter, not during the summer. Something to do with sensors and overheating, and that's how it works. So basically, I paid 120, and then right now, like I said, I'm doing fine. I can afford stuff. I'm still living with my parents. I'm 21. But the thing about anything is that I don't know what to do next. For example, I have all my stuff in my room, and I'm just doing what I can to live life without her. Cause I'm still right now, I'll be on my PC looking at a video, looking at something. I'm oh, but oh, she's not there no more. Because normally it'd be I'm on this PC, and then she would be here, on her laptop, and then we'll talk throughout the day and just enjoy. I was not much we can do. And I want to help people worldly, but I won't help myself. For example, I can't properly deal with emotions. For example, I can see the movie The Substance, and I'll have a pure panic attack because I think mutilating your body is disgusting in my opinion. So that's just something that really freaks me out. I can watch blood and gore like Terrifier 1, 2, and 3, but if you show me The Substance, that's a no-no for me. And then for example, I want to help people. I'm trying to help myself by doing this. I would rather help people than me, because for example, during the breakup, I was crying because I really, really want a family. I want to have a kid one day. And for me, the way my parents raised me were old school. And I was raised Catholic, which I'm a Christian. I was born into a Catholic family, and now I'm a Christian, right? Because for me, it didn't make sense growing up saying, oh, why couldn't I eat on Fridays? I just want to eat this. And I'm no, you can't eat that. And then it was oh, why can't I do this? Well, you can't do that either. I'm why am I talking to this person? Shouldn't we talk to God, not this person? And why is Mary important like this? As a kid, it didn't make sense to me. I was confused. And then during a certain time period of my life, I guess this was during your teenage phase, where I had a jean jacket because I thought it was cool. Had a bunch of buttons on it from different animes. I had Blink 182. Actually, let me see if I can find that photo. I think I still have it. That was back when I had a TCL phone back in 2020. Do I still have that picture? Yeah. So this was me back in the day. I only got two pictures with a person who's cosplaying Marowak and a furry, which is this is the furry from a guy that I knew back in like high school. As you can see, that's me and a furry. You can't really see because of the glare, but let's see. I had a One Piece pin, a Pokeball pin, a Beetlejuice pin, Invader Zim pin, Rick and Morty pin. The other ones I can't see. I have a Blink 182, Home Sweet Home of a Grave Tombstone. The other three I can't see them. I have an Atomic Bomb one, and I just thought it was like really cool the way I dressed, right? Like I even had like the chain wallet, chain like beaded bracelets of like a lion on it. I had a ring. Like that was like a phase I was going through, I guess. I even had sideburns. Like this was a time where I was like a lot happier, right? Like that's just how I was. Like I didn't really care about my hair, style, anything. Just there was a time where I was like happier like that. Or now I'm questioning what happened, what went through my life where I enjoyed doing what I did. I question, was it high school near the end, during through life, going. Like, I think it's because I got a job. Like I was like, once you live life and deal with being an adult, it just sucks, and that sucks the life out of you. So if you are a kid in high school, a teenager, go enjoy life. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about nothing. Enjoy life. Trust me. The second I turned 18, I want to move into apartments. I never did. I want to get my car. I did, but that was by God blessing me because I was able to get a Mustang for like a good price, right? And by spending a lot of money fixing it, and that's because I knew the person who had the Mustang, so it was like a connection versus actually finding one on the street that's good, taken care of, and all that. And then, like I said, during the breakup, I was crying because like I really want to have a kid. She doesn't want it, and there's some stuff that doesn't make sense to me. Well, first things first. This is how much I want to have a kid one day. These are just here because like, my room's a mess. I have a bunch of Baby Einstein DVDs throughout Goodwill because that's how much I want a kid and how much I care for how the kids get raised, right? Because I think the way we were raised is a lot better than how this generation is getting raised. Like, so I was raised old school. Like, you ever have your grandparents would beat the devil out of you and then pray and all that with the egg and oil? That's like a very old. Let me look it up on my phone, actually. Yeah, it was like, it says here by Google, it's like a ritual to cleanse negative energy and appeal for forgiveness and ask for spiritual blessings, which is in Nigerian tradition, some forms of Islamic and Christian practices. Like we didn't break the egg; they would just like do the cross with the egg and oil and then pray. That's like the only thing I remember of my grandma. And if you didn't listen, you were in trouble. Like I remember that. Now people can say, "Oh, it's rude, it's offensive, you're hurting the kid, you're whatever," right? But for me, like, hey, I was taught this is good, this is bad, and I grew up loving anime. Like no one told me, "Hey, that's for sissies" or none of that. Like I was free. Like nobody really stopped me from doing anything, right? And then I see the same generation of me being worse, and it's like, how did that become so different if we're technically raised the same? And the thing is that I see that for me, I don't understand how this can be triggering. If I have a kid one day, which I want to have a kid, I want to have a family. If I have a kid, if it's a boy, I'm raising a boy. If it's a girl, I'm raising a girl. I genuinely do not see how this is offensive. In my mind, this is good. But when I talk to my ex, it was triggering. And I'm like, how? I'm a boy. I'm a man. You are a girl. You are a woman. What's wrong with that? I genuinely am confused. Like right now, like I'm talking to y'all, and I'm seeing this video, and for me, it makes sense in my head. But when you talk to her and other people, it's confusing. Which I want to talk about, which is politics. For example, I'm a Christian. I believe it's called Protestant, where I will read the Bible and follow it. My current Bible, hate me if you will, is the Holy Bible, NIV, Foundation Study Bible, by Zondervan from 2016. Currently, I just started to Palms, as you can see. And the thing about this is that, what I was going to say with the politics and all this, that I was raised a certain way, like, hey, this is good, this is not. And then, for example, like, this is my opinion, men don't wear makeup. Like, if you see me wearing lipstick, powdering my face, I'm like, hey, that's not for us, that's for a woman. And then that can be triggering to her and some, because, like, hey, gender is a form of construction. It's by society, right? Where nowadays, a woman, it's not somebody who you're born with, it's who you identify as. You can mispronounce somebody, and I'm like, okay, this is why I don't do politics, or not a lot, or care much. And I don't have the feelings anymore, because during the breakup, when I was crying, my body just shut it off. Like, it was like, nope, we're not crying, go. And I did. Like, I don't know, like, I was generally crying, I was bawling my eyes out, and then I just out of, like, instinct, I just stopped crying altogether, and I went away. It just shut off, like, immediately. I felt it being crushed and locked away. Just, nope. That's it. I'm like, alright, I'm done. Let's go. And my mind was like, alright, let's go watch anime. For me, it kind of hurts, because I'm like, I genuinely care. And I'm crying. But my body won't allow me to cry. I'm questioning, what do you think about this? Is this important help that I need? Because, like, right now, like right now as I'm speaking, I kind of want to cry, but my body, I'm like, shuts it off. And when I think about the breakup during the crying, I'm like, oh yeah, it was like no big deal, or like maybe I should break up with her or something like that. Like, it didn't, like, I didn't think much about it. It hurts that how much you love somebody and you put like 3 years of effort into I want to have a family, but it's like, I don't know, it hurts. And I blame politics. I blame the Democrats. I feel more safe in a Republican state than a Democrat state, in my opinion. I will go to Utah versus go to California. I'm gonna get some water. Oh no, I have one here in the work bag. As you can see, I have a clear bag for work because I work at Amazon. This is where I put like my sandwiches, bananas, or snacks. But like I was saying, I question politics can affect a person's life because, for example, I'm a man. I was born a man. I cannot transition. Call me transphobic or whatever the words are these days. I don't even know anything really. Like she says, autism spectrum, and now I'm questioning myself. Everything that she told me and taught me, is it a lie? Is it a Democrat thing? Am I like, I'm genuinely confused now. Because, for example, I would see on the news that there was a trans person who killed 2 kids at a Catholic school, who posted a 20-minute video about hating Jesus. Nobody accepted who that person was, who transitioned and hated demonic, and had a picture of himself or her. I don't even know what the. If you don't tell me what the sex was at birth, I can't do it no more. You have to tell me the sex. Like right now, I was born a boy. I am a boy. So unless I know that person, I'm gonna call it because that person became demonic as transitioning. Because I'm like, for me, that's a mental illness. I remember because book 3 or version 3 was saying that this was a mental illness versus now it's just normal. And for example, if I call myself a woman, I remember in the 90s there was an episode of a Night Court where Dan Fielding had to go to like like a therapy thing, right? And there was like a fat guy with a beard saying, "Oh, I'm a woman trapped in a man's body." And remember, we used to call that a mental illness back in the 90s. It was on the show. Versus nowadays, it's wrong. So I'm like, huh? And like, for example, the left would blame guns. The right will blame trans people. But for me, I'm like, okay, I did the research, and this is the people that she would follow, and I look into them. And that's why I don't like looking at these types of people, because they will mislead you or mistrust you. For example, there was one person, I don't know his like social media, but I can't remember. ADHD. I was horrible with names, but he has like a cactus that says no all the time, right? Like one of those like tired things you see at like a dealership. And then it was saying, "Oh, we don't blame trans people. They're our community. We don't blame the rainbow community. We should protect them. We're blaming guns." I'm like, why are you blaming the gun itself? You're blaming the instrument that the user is using. For me, I blame the person of their actions. Like, for example, I am Mexican. People can say, oh, Mexicans are gardeners and they like to eat tacos. Because that is true. That is the stereotype that we have against ourselves. That is not a lie. For example, I know how to garden. I know how to identify certain plants, certain type of soils, nutrients, piping systems that we need underneath, the water level. I understand all that because my dad taught me. And I understand gardening. And people say that's a stereotype. I'm like, well, it's not wrong. That's because Mexicans do that. And there's various tons of Mexicans that are good at construction, gardening, framing, mechanics. Like, that's what we do. And it's not wrong. So if you don't take the consequence of your actions, I question myself when it comes to politics and doing stuff and caring, because I do care. But the left would be like, oh, it's a gun control problem. Okay, it was like in Minneapolis, I think. It was a gun-free zone, and you have gun laws. Like California, it's very difficult to harm people there, and it's stupid in my opinion. That's why I don't think anybody likes California, because it's like, hey, if you protect yourself from a home robbery, I protect myself, I get to get blamed and sued. That the robber can sue me and win. I think it's stupid. And I'm like, okay, that was a gun-free zone, so that person broke the law. They got gun, which was more difficult procedure, which can be difficult as California, or in Vegas, here in Nevada, I can get a gun easily, get a lot more bullets in like a month, versus California, just get a basic revolver, 6 bullets max. You can't carry no more than 2 rounds of 6. And it's like, what? Like a year or 3, or like I can get it here in Vegas in a month. Which I think is stupid, because I'm like, well, you gotta protect yourself, right? If you go to Fremont, you know it's Gotham City. There's always homeless people there. Maybe there's a good person here and there, but generally it's not a good neighborhood. Cheap too. Like, I have a buddy who lives near the area, not like in Fremont, but like close to Fremont. So we might as well just call it Fremont where he lives, like close to it, because I don't remember the actual street where area he lives in. But it's like, hey, 2-bedroom apartment, $1,000. That's a solid deal. It's in a ghetto. I saw like 16 pickup trucks sitting there in a junkyard, like in his entire apartment complex area. There's nothing but gravel and dirt in a parking lot as the parking thing. Everything's spray painted into the dirt. There's no actual like parking spaces because it's spray painted, right? So like 3 homeless people there that I should not have seen stuff. That's not appropriate. And for me, it's like, all right, see, you live like that because it's in the area, but that's what it's known for, right? And then, like I was saying earlier, if that person caused that issue, shouldn't we blame the person that caused it? Because it looks like there's evidence saying, hey, this person was not right in the head. So we blame the person and their actions, not the item that they used. Because here in Vegas, like I said, we can get guns and weapons easily. California, Massachusetts, other states, like for me, this is my idea, more my opinion. I have family in different states. Utah, Arizona, Oklahoma, like a lot of red states, right? They're not red people. Like I have people in different states. I have family in California. I have family here in Vegas. I have both families that are on both political sides of red and blue. All right, we don't hate each other for it. Like most people would end stuff on this, which I feel like I kind of did, because, for example, DEI. Like for example, the politics, red and blue, right? And like I said, the red blames people, blue blames gun. So I'm like, but if there's like I said about the Mexicans, if there's a history of me being a gardener, it is correct. It's not wrong. It's people consume it's racist, but I generally am a gardener. I know how to do this. So it's like, hey, if that is the stereotype, it is true. For example, if the LGBTQ is all love is love, right? And acceptance and being your true self, but for me it's a mental illness. And I seen videos which my ex would scroll past, because I'm like, hey, if you want to talk about this, let's talk about this. Like, hey, why is there a drag queen in elementary school? For me, I don't think that's right. Like, you don't belong there. For example, that is not something you should show kids. That's something that parents do on their own. If a parent wants to take a kid to the trans community or pride festival, that's on the parent. But for me, my mom knew what I could and couldn't watch. For example, Rick and Morty. Let's say Rick and Morty came out in like 2008. Would I be able to watch that? No, because there's stuff that's not for me. Like the first season, like the sex pain episode, the what other episodes is there? Like the rape episode with like, was it like a jelly bean where Morty wanted to lead into an episode, right? There's a bunch of stuff in Rick and Morty that a kid shouldn't watch because it's a kid. Just to understand the concepts, anything, right? Like unsupervised internet as a kid is like the most dangerous thing. Like look where we are now, where I seen videos of like kids saying, "Oh, my pronouns are she/her," but I'm like, "You're a dude. Like you're not even like you're just like 10 years old." And then I see a boy who thinks he's a woman, and I'm like, "You guys haven't even hit puberty. You're just kids. How do you know all this? And why do you think this is right? You are a kid. You don't know any better." Like I said, growing up, I was a different person. I like different taste in music. I don't listen to Blink 182. I don't like Rick and Morty. I don't like certain things anymore. It's like, hey, if that was me back in school, way before COVID, look at me now. That was during 20. No, was this during 2020? Hold up, let me look at the picture again. When was this? My phone says, yeah, 2020. That was 5 years ago. I am not the same person who I was 5 years ago. I don't have the same style. I don't wear baggy stuff no more. I don't have the taste of not having fashion. Like, I don't have fashion now, but it's a lot better than it was then. So it's like, see how that much of a difference? When I was in high school, like a freshman, sophomore, right? Versus now, full grown adult. I hated myself for how I was acting in high school as a freshman. Now think about that as when you're a kid. You're going to regret that because you were taught stuff you weren't supposed to. And that's why I don't like politics, because they will teach you stuff you're not right. Because the right will blame the gun, but the left will blame, no, the left will blame the gun, but the right will blame the person and their actions. So for me, I'm like, okay, which one's right, which one's wrong? And that the people that she would watch would blame the gun. But I'm like, no, you blame the person, not the gun. Because look, this person has 20-minute video evidence, reasoning, didn't follow the laws, so you should blame the person. No, we're going to blame the law and the state. But I'm like, why? You blame the person. They have history. Like I said, if I have a history of being a gardener, and this is, I don't know if the numbers are true or not. This is what I see on social media, that the trans community is only 2% or 1% of the population. Like back then it was like 1, now it's like 2, right? It's like slowly increasing, right? Like the LGBTQ is only like 2% of the world, or America, right? But the percentage is, it takes up 48% of sexual assault and rape crimes and anything that's not with consent. So it's like, okay, if that evidence is true, shouldn't we have the stereotype that this is what's wrong? Which is why I believe LGBTQ should not be in schools as well as elementary schools. We have a drag queen there. I'm like, hey, that's not right. You're showing stuff and you're not supposed to. And I feel like this is like a weird fetish to that community, because it's like, hey, like all this stuff is not right. Like furries. Like that's another thing. Furries and LGBTQ. Think about it. You have the difference between LGBTQ and furries is that, for example, furries exist. They exist. I don't know with what, but it's like, hey, like I said, I had a buddy in high school. Well, it's like a friend of a friend from an old, like a higher grade, because like I was like what, a sophomore when this happened, and this guy was like a junior, I want to say. Like I was saying, see, I took a picture with a furry from my high school. Now, example, I didn't really knew stuff about furries then. Still don't really know much now, the purpose or anything. What's the point of having a persona? Not much. Like I'm not interested in it. So it's like, hey, they do what they want to do. They have their like organizations. They have their places to be, events, you name it. And I don't see anything complaining about accepting laws or anything like that. Like they exist, but they don't force it onto you. If somebody says it's weird, it's weird. But if I say the same thing about LGBTQ, I can get canceled, offended. That's why during returning from COVID, I like in most of my videos I said y'all, because I trained myself instead of saying guys, because I was so scared of getting canceled for something that I generally was confused about. Like I didn't understand pronouns, because I feel like that's just, yeah, we all use those words daily. But if you're telling me now that it's like a preference that if a guy says all my pronouns are she, her, her, or they, she, like, bro, you are a dude. You are a dude. I'm gonna call you a guy. I'm gonna call you him, her, him, he, because like, hey, like if I don't know a guy, I'm like, oh yeah, that guy over there, and I can get canceled. I'm like, bro, I wasn't wrong. You are a guy. Well, I don't feel like one. Okay, that's something all right in the head. I thought I was like a two-headed pterodactyl from the Transformers movie when that movie came out back in elementary school, middle school. I'm not that now. I'm like, all right, I was stupid. I was just having fun. I was just messing around. I was with the kids at the time playing Transformers. My favorite Transformer is Shockwave. Most people say, oh, why not Soundwave? I'm like, cool, but I like Shockwave. Yeah, Shockwave because the fact is one arm that's a cannon, one arm that's normal. He's a scientist, and he's like the one guy who's like, oh, your life is irrelevant and doesn't kill you. I think that's pretty cool. Like the entire concept, and like in Jungle Juice, the manga, there's like a character who's like an old man, has like one insect hand, one normal hand. I'm like that concept. I don't know how to explain it, but technically Shockwave's character is like a concept I like in characters. I think it's cool. Now, like I was saying, I don't know what to do. I can't process anything really because what's happening in the world. Before anything, I didn't know much, but now because I know everything about left and right, which I follow both sides, I'm confused because it's like the Democrats with Harry Potter. That's the one thing I want to talk about. If J.K. Rowling was a huge leftist, I don't know if she is to this day, but if she's a leftist, right? She's a Democrat, she's a liberal, she supports stuff, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ supporting, like everything else, right? But you just say, hey, I don't support trans people. Like, do your life, do whatever you want, but you gotta remember, at the end of the day, you're still a biological man or you're still a biological woman. And the left hates her and cancels her. But I'm like, isn't she on your side? Because she supports everything that y'all do except one thing. So unless you support that one thing, right? Like, hey, you're wrong, or you're gonna hate her and cancel her. But I'm like, I'm sorry, she came from nothing, lives in an apartment, made her book in the '90s, then became popular in like the early 2000s, made a ton of money, made movies and stuff that because the actors got hired, that everybody who became famous from J.K. Rowling should be thanking her, in my opinion. Now you're hating on her and don't want to associate with her because she just support trans people. But I'm like, yo, she helped you with this. You are somebody because of her. My childhood was my childhood because I remember reading Harry Potter when the book 7 or what was it? Let me look at the books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 7 books. When book 6 came out, I remember I was so excited. I could barely read at that level at the age that I was. But I still wanted to like read Harry Potter. I'm like, oh, it's so cool. Magic, and then like the Quidditch match, and having a flying broomstick, because I think it was like pretty cool. You had like a broomstick. You compare it like versus various models, and like, oh yeah, I can go like Subway Surfer on that, and like just do the same thing I did in Subway Surfer. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. And like I was saying, if she supports everything that the left does, and then you say one thing, you can get canceled. So I'm like, are you really a good organization or good public party from a Democrat if you hate everybody who disagrees on one thing? No, like, I don't get it. People say, oh, you are a hateful person if you're a Republican. But I'm like, I'm also a hateful person if I don't support Democrats. So it's like, huh? I don't care what state I go to. I feel more, like I said, I feel more comfortable going and living in Utah versus living in California. And I just don't get it. So So like I want to help, I want to do good, but by politics I can't. Like for example, my ex wouldn't like allow us to shop certain places. I'm like, oh, we're gonna go. Oh, she was like, oh, let's go to Albertsons. I'm like, why? And she's like, well, can we go get something at Smith's? Because we live closer to a Smith's. So I'm like, let's go to a Smith's. Albertsons is like out of the way, and I gotta drive an extra 10 minutes, and I have a Mustang GT, and I'm like, it's costing me a lot of gas going to and from. And she's like, oh, because they took away DEI, so I can't shop there. Like I didn't really think much at the time, but I'm like, okay, Albertsons, Smith's, Aldi's, which we finally have 3 Aldi's in Vegas finally, which I've never been to yet. I'm planning to because it's cheap. I can get Albertsons most expensive. Smith's is okay. Aldi's like dirt cheap, but very little options. And a lot of people say, "Oh, we can't shop at Aldi's. Why? They took away DEI." Okay, it's the cheapest. Okay, but they have bioengineered food. But I'm like, everything in this world is designed to kill us as a Christian spiritually. And like I said, I'm drinking from Costco, Kirkland water, right? Now, purified. But oh, we're gonna shop at Costco because of DEI, right? Okay, but what about this? That there's studies saying that every like Kirkland water is just tap water and sewage water and shit water and toilet water. And I'm like, okay, so we're gonna shop here because of DEI, but then we can no longer buy the water. So you're protesting about everything, but you can't enjoy life. Like I said, if I cannot afford Albertsons because Albertsons is more expensive due to I'm not paying shipping fees to delivery because I'm not. I would rather go to the store pick the groceries that I like and want, the conditions that they are, and I'm not gonna shop nobody over because of DEI. My cousin worked in security and got fired because of DEI when Trump did that. He didn't like. He was like, all right, it's not like yeah, it's like messed up, but it is what it is, and he got a new job. Like simple as that. It's not like end of the world. That's in my opinion. So for her, like, oh, I'm just gonna shop here because of DEI. But I'm like, you're making your life more difficult by restricting everything. Like I can enjoy Harry Potter with her because she doesn't want nothing to do with it because it's transphobic. But I'm like, okay, and there are a bunch of celebrities that you watch on favorite TV shows. I'm pretty sure done the same thing. You're not gonna stop watching a show because of that, but we can't. We gotta stop an entire organization because of one person, huh? That makes sense. And like I said, if all these is cheaper, and back then if we were gonna live together, because I want to get married, as a Christian, I have to get married first and then live together. You can't live together and then get married. No, that's not how it works. And I got a bunch of stuff saying, hey, like this is how much I want to have a kid. This is like I'm telling you now, before we finally get together and move somewhere or get married, that this is who I am. This is what I would like. And like I said, to me, it doesn't make sense. All right, all this cheaper, so wouldn't it be better for us to shop there because it's cheaper? No, DEI. And you never worked a day in your life. And the fact that that's like there was two places that opened up in her neighborhood, freshly opened, like barely like in construction. Like, hey, like these are great places for you to work at. And she's like, no, why? Remember, she's autistic, so it was a bit difficult for her. And like I said, the entire world would be against her no matter what she does. And as a Christian, the whole world is against me spiritually. And like I was saying, like, oh, I can't work here because I don't like their values. But I'm like, okay, you're not gonna like anybody's values. When you complete college and go to the degree that you want, right now, which is a lack of jobs, which has been going on since I graduated high school back in 2022. So it's no different during Biden's era and Trump era. You cannot blame Trump if I was suffering as well during Biden's era. And like I was saying, if you're gonna live like that for the rest of your life, that's gonna make it extremely difficult. You can't shop at certain places. I can't support certain things. I can't do anything. I have to do this. But I'm like, you're making your life miserable. But I'm like, yeah, regardless of what side you vote on, it's not real. Because think about it. If they wanted to change it, they wouldn't give you options. If they wanted to give you freedom, they wouldn't give you an option. So it's like, yeah, it's just false illusion. That allegedly, that everything about this video is allegedly, by the way, that everything could be fake and we're all under control. For example, Nikola Tesla, the creator of the Teslas, and you see when you go throughout Vegas and like whatever city you live in, there's like power plants, right? And they're connected because you have to pay for electricity. But I'm like, electricity has already been discovered to be free, but the government killed the Tesla allegedly, and now we have to pay for it and rob the invention. For example, Hitler had an entire weapon or a bell, and we never found that. but there's records that he had a weapon, like an atomic, supernatural, spiritual weapon, like something that's like atomic level. Never found it, but it exists. It had existed, but we don't have it no more. And that's another thing about history. I feel like history is just an entire lie, allegedly. That, for example, if both presidents have the little cap of a Jew, pray to the wall, yeah, and we're trillions of dollars into debt because we support Israel, which like I said, I am not smart on a bunch of stuff, but I'm somewhat smart. Keep track of the world on both sides. And she would like, scroll past the stuff that was like, I want to show her like, hey, this is what's going on. I don't want to watch it. Oh, like it's like it doesn't make sense. You want me to do this by a Democrat state, but you don't want to fix your own problems within your party? Like it doesn't make sense. So it's like I don't support Democrats or Republicans. I live the way God wants me to live by Bible. Because Democrats support my body, my choice, right? Until it comes like vaccines, or like I said, you want to support help LGBTQ, but you don't want to take responsibility for the action of certain members. Like I said, if your community is known for sexual assault, rape, and stuff with minors, shouldn't you stop doing that or not promote this? Like I don't get it. I remember seeing a story, like a month or two after the breakup, where like two gay guys adopted a kid, but one of the gay guys was a teacher in like a high school or middle school as like a chemistry teacher, and had like a decade's worth of a case of sexual assault with minors, and on his computer. So it's like, hey, why do we support this but we don't take action to it? Like, how can that person get a child? But if somebody has, like my mom, she's handicapped because of my birth. I was born like halfway early. She says it's not that, it's something to do with the medicine and drugs that led to this, but it's like, I feel like I'm to blame. I was born like halfway early. I don't think about it much, but I feel like it is. And like I said, they don't want to take actions. Like, I don't get it. Like, for me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I want to help people, but I don't know how to help myself. And if I try to help myself, I can't, because something happened in my life. Like I said, if I cry during a breakup and I just can't cry no more, and when I think about that breakup, I don't feel that feeling anymore. Like, I don't understand why I can't cry or process stuff anymore. Like, when I see that, I'm like, alright, it is what it is. America, Japan, UK, Canada, it's all shit no matter where you move to. And she was the person to say, oh, Trump is in charge, I gotta move to Canada. No, you're not. You're not going to ever. And like I said, people can be like, oh, she's autistic, she doesn't know. But I'm like, okay, but she has the Democrat Party influencing her with decisions. Like I said, if she can support LGBTQ, why can't she take action within the LGBTQ? Doesn't make sense to me. Like, hey, you can support the community all you want, but don't you agree we should take away drag queens and LGBTQ from elementary schools? I feel like that's not a topic we can discuss about. No, ignores it, doesn't want to talk about it. How does that make sense? I don't blame autism, I blame the Democrats. And like I said, people will always use on politics. That's why I don't know what to do anything anymore, because I don't care. I do and I don't. Because if you ask me what's my political opinion, I don't have one. Because whatever I say, I'm always in trouble. Like I said, J.K. Rowling was the most supporting Democrat and just got hated on and canceled by her own people. So I was like, I can give you 98.9% of what you would like and want from your political point of view. But that 1.01% that I did not go with is gonna hate me. And that's exactly what it was like during my relationship. I'm not blaming her. She's a great person. She needs help as well as I do. Everybody needs help. But for me, the fact that you're telling me that I can't, that what I'm doing is wrong, that a boy can be a girl, I'm like, no. If it's a boy, I'm raising a boy. If it's a girl, I'm raising a girl. If they want to play soccer, let them play soccer. If the boy wants to do makeup, I'm like, yeah, that's like, I'm not gonna do that because you're not a girl. I remember growing up, went to a camp, and they wanted to paint my fingernails, and I was like, no, I didn't like that. I thought it was weird. Like, paint your nails. I did it at one point in my life, during my high school years, but then I realized now, like, okay, that was just like a phase. Like, I don't understand why. Like, I think it's cool now. Like, most people, it's different. But for me, that's how I feel. So it's like, I guess because of the way I was raised. But it's like, you saw the picture. I dressed however I wanted, had the fashion taste of what I was back in the day. I was a weird kid at school. I didn't really care. Got bullied for it, is what it is. It made me the man who I am today, which I'm a lot different now due to the fashion taste because I got bullied. So I thank that. I got a lot fatter after COVID. I got bullied because I was fat, and I thank the bullying because now I'm in healthier shape. I'm 150 versus back in the day I was like, what, 190, close to 200. So I thank bullying because bullying will bring character. Versus some people can take bullying different and end their lives. But it's like, I don't know, it just depends on how you're raised, I guess. Because for me, I remember getting shit talk a lot during elementary school, middle school, with by other kids because that's how it was growing up. Like, everybody cussed me out for being bad at soccer as a Mexican. I was a failure. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. I wasn't good at it. Does it really affect me? I don't know. I feel like I don't like soccer really. I can get back into it, but not anymore. I did like it in elementary. Maybe that's why I don't like soccer because I was a bully. But it's like, I don't really do sports nowadays. I just do technology and I study and read because I like going to books. I like went to the library a lot growing up. And then, like I was saying, I want to help, but like not much that I can do. And I don't know. I feel like some things can be good and bad. Like, for example, I like Delicious in Dungeons. It is an anime on Netflix, and I watch it. I saw the walking mushroom, like, and I was like, oh yeah, those would be great earrings for you, or a great merch, like a pillow, or like a squishmallow, like something. I was like, hey, that's a good gift. I remember her dad told me, I was like, oh, it's like a very, like, was it like a feminine thing or like a cute thing that I have. I was like, oh, I'm like a guy in this certain way, but you also like this. But I'm like, yeah. But then it's like, I feel like it's complicated because it's like, yeah, everybody can do and like certain things, but I feel like there's a limit somewhere. Like, for example, people can say gender is a social construct because back in the day, men used to wear pink and women would wear blue, and we used to wear dresses and we used to wear wigs. We used to wear the white tall wigs, and everybody was technically a drag. And then you look at disco era, the 70s, and it's like, yes, that may be true in history itself, and that is not a lie. But as a Christian, we know that it's not right. And remember, that is something that society has agreed on. So, for example, we live in a society today where anybody can be a woman by choice, by mentality. So we are ignoring biology. Even though it is true that you can manipulate and trick your body into becoming a different sex, I remember growing up seeing like Human Centipede, Tusk, and all this. I'm like, for me, that is the similarity the way I see trans people, because like you are mutating your body to something that is not normal. For example, if the scientist shows that Frankenstein can exist because of biology and science, that's the same thing as LGBTQ, because you are showing evidence that this exists in science. So I'm like, okay, that's basically saying Frankenstein was right. He was never a monster. It was just science. And people were just not educated. So it's like, I want to help, but every time I help, I either piss off the Democrats or piss off Republicans. I don't know what to do anymore. I want to help. I want to help myself. But when I help myself, like I said, I'm like, for example, if I want to shop at Aldi's because it's cheaper, like, so let's shop at Aldi's. Oh, I can't do it no more. Why? DI. Yeah? Okay. I'm like, alright, how about I do this? No, that's a fascist thing. But I'm like, huh? Didn't we do this thing during our first year of dating? Now we can't do it during our third year? Huh? I just generally don't get it. I can't watch certain things. I can't do certain things. I can't do anything anymore. I can't shop anymore no more. Because, like, hey, look, I got this One Piece jersey at Walmart. Fascist. You support Trump. The EI. I'm like, what is with this people? And this would be people that should be watching us. So I don't like these certain people. And, for example, there's a guy who made a video about, oh, look at Target. They got cup holders for your Starbucks drink. I never knew that. And he would, like, cuss her out. And I'm like, yo, you call yourself a Democrat, but you are hating on them. There's no such thing as love or support. If you are hating, saying, oh, you're a fascist for shopping here, you support Elon. And I'm like, yo, why do you do this? You support and like a certain show, but if I like this show, I'm a transphobic. How? That's something the creator did, not the show itself. Well, yeah, but if you support the show, it kills trans people. I'm like, all right, there's a bunch of kids out there that found Harry Potter. You're gonna cuss out the kids too? No, I grew up liking Harry Potter. You did not cuss me out because I was a child, right? You didn't tell me anything about politics. I didn't know anything about politics. So it's like, you see how that works? Well, yeah, because you're an adult. Okay. What does that got to do with anything? If you're gonna cuss me out, cuss out the child, right? Oh, we can't do that. It's a child. But yet you want to introduce LGBTQ and think it's a boy and a girl in the wrong body, or a boy can wear makeup and dress and all that type of stuff to a kid, but you won't trash talk a kid, huh? Like, for me, this makes sense. Like, I don't get it. I want to help, but it's like, do I enjoy stuff? Can I do this? Can I do that? The Democrats was like, oh yeah, you can watch One Piece. Republicans like, oh no, that's woke. I just like it because it's a cartoon I grew up with. I didn't know anything about politics back in the day. It grew up on 4 Kids, on the Warner Brothers. 4 Kids with Cubics, Sonic X, and One Piece. I think it was like Bolts and Blip. I think it was. It was like a water gun robot fighting show out like 2 seasons. There's like a bunch of cartoons back in the day that I don't remember to exist. So for me, it's like, hey, what can I do? I just don't know. So right now, the way I can help myself is just, I don't know, keep doing me. I like Harry Potter. I'm transphobic. My gender do not care. I'm gonna keep enjoying something that I like. Saying, oh, you are a full grown adult. You like a kid show. Grow up. You are fascist, transphobic, alright, but yet you can like Lord of the Rings, no problem. Percy Jackson came out when we were all in elementary school. We all read that in elementary school. So you can totally ignore a Percy Jackson fan, but yet you're gonna cuss out every Harry Potter fan? Okay. And this is the person that cosplays, alright? I cosplay too. You can cosplay. You can like Lord of the Rings. I never seen the show. I think it's too much to get into. Harry Potter, simple. I liked it growing up. I know what it is. I like Harry Potter. You like DC? Not really a fan of comics, really. I grew up with comics. I guess I can say I'm a Marvel fan because of Venom, but that's really it, I guess. So it's like, I don't know. I don't understand how people can live like that. For me, I feel like you're just hurting yourself more by limiting everything because of politics. Like, for example, I live a carefree life. I live the way God wants me to, and I'll help when I do what I can. But if you cuss me out and hate on me because I watch Harry Potter, I shop at a store that doesn't support DEI, I do certain things. I believe that if you are born a boy, you are a boy. If you are born a girl, you are a girl. And I generally don't understand how this pisses people off. It just generally does. And I blame politics. Like, for example, my ex would follow a person who would tell me how me and my husband have been living separately for 24 years in different rooms since marriage. And for me, I'm like, okay, that's because they don't have God in their life. They believe that doing everything separately fixes everything. And they have kids and they still wear masks inside the house. But for me, as a Christian, I'm like, okay, in the Bible, you do everything together. You live together. You sleep together. You have problems together. You have great times together. You're sick together. That's why it's not when you go to church and marry in a church, because that is something from God. God gives you the gift of marriage. You do it in a church. Now, you don't have to do it by the law, because God never said do this by law. So whatever the world tells you to do, allegedly, it is false. You do not need to get married and have the world government know everything about it. Or, for example, you don't have to think about like Castlevania. You didn't have the law knowing anything. No, they were married vampires. And then when we are dead, you have to be buried into the ground to become one with God. Because we have coffins as what is it? That's like a respecting or something. It's like, no, we're supposed to be buried in the dirt. Like, we're supposed to. People can say coffins and stuff through history, but I'm like, spiritually, not really. But that's like I'm saying. It's like, whatever I do, it hates the world hates me. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to hate y'all back, I guess. But I'm not supposed to because I'm a Christian. but that's just my opinion. Like I said, I made a video about bending ink machine yesterday. I opened up 2 Pokemon packs. Like I said, I still have a bunch of stuff in my room: DVDs, movies, shows, books. I still have my old Skylander collection, which I will be doing in the future. See, I got Gil Grunt, where this lion is. And then, this is the thing I don't understand. People like will categorize me like, yo, just don't give me labels. Like, oh, I'm a feminine guy. Oh, you're a femboy. But I don't understand how today works. That confuses me. Because I don't know much. I'm like, bro, just let me do my thing. Like, for example, because I have this plushie that I got at GameStop. Like, alright, I saw it. I'm like, alright, I'll buy it. Called Smoliv, right? Alright, then you're a feminine guy. I'm like, alright, it's just a plushie. I don't see anything wrong with wearing a plushie. And we all grew up with stuffed animals growing up, like teddy bears, Mickey Mouse. But like, everybody feminine? Or like I don't get the label thing. Like, for example, like I said, I like certain things. I'm not girlish. Like, I don't like wearing pink, neon, like stuff like that. Like, people say, oh, whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing what I want. Like, I have black tank top and then I'm wearing like khakis, right? So, I don't know. I just do my thing and do whatever I gotta do in my life. But if you make your entire life about politics, worrying what's going on in the UK, in Canada, and Japan, which you don't live in. Now, worrying about stuff like tariffs and how it's going to affect your business and stuff, yeah, that's good and normal. But if we're talking about the laws with immigrants and religion, freedom of speech, and you want to help that, because like you don't live there. Like, I understand you want to help, which is great. Like I said, people want to help Palestine, Gaza, whatever the places can be nowadays. Because remember, going in high school, Ukraine, nobody talks about Ukraine no more. So I'm like, okay, we're still going to help Ukraine? Because remember, high school, by CNN 10, by Carl Zeus, the hype was all about Palestine. We're going to help them. So it's like, I don't know, whatever you do on political side, like I said, during Biden's era, this happened. Earlier in the video, I explained it. Like I said, during Biden's era, this happened. During Trump era, this happened. I suffered by job, not finding jobs during both eras. Like, I suffered throughout, you know? Now, I mean, I don't know much about politics or anything, but like I said, I do what I can. I don't know what to do to help myself out. I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm still processing, the breakup, because I still feel like I should talk to her. Or it's like by muscle memory. But as a Christian, I can't help people who don't want help. If you don't want to shop here because of DEI, alright. But your mom still shops there and buys your own stuff there, so it doesn't really help at all. I don't think so. If you want to do this, alright. But is it really benefiting you? Like, you're just making your life more difficult. And if you support certain things and you hate this, like, it doesn't make sense to me. Because like I said earlier, with the trans person in Minnesota, does it make sense of what do you fight for? And you hate people like J.K. Rowling, even though she's like your big supporter, number one, like Democrat or something. It just doesn't make sense to me how I can like help this party, but yet unless I'm 100%, it doesn't work. And like I said, I just don't get it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to survive. I'm gonna shop at Walmart, Target, Aldi's, Smith's, not even Albertsons. Not even because of like a political point of view. If I just live near one, I gotta live there. Because think about it. She's autistic, right? And my ex, and she has difficulty with a license and car because autism. And then you gotta take the bus. But if you don't want to take the bus, but you take the bus to school by college, but you don't want to take a bus to work. This makes sense. And if you are willing to go out of your way for shopping at a certain place, why wouldn't you go out of your way to work at a certain place? Like I generally remember taking her to the thrift store, saying, hey, look, this is in a decent neighborhood, it's a good neighborhood, very little people shop here, very empty, only like 3 people are here, 2 people working in the back, 1 in the front, cashier. It's really like 5 people working here. It's like a retail. It's a thrift store. You don't need that many people. It's not even like a known company. It's just like a small thrift store, right? It's like, yeah, see, nothing's wrong. You can work here. You have autism. It's great for you. No loud noise. There's no speaker in the music. It's just very low elevator music. You don't gotta worry. Like, it's good for you. No. It's like, all right, I'm trying to help, but if you don't accept the help, I can't do anything. Now, most people can say, oh, don't worry about it. She has education to worry about. But I'm like, you're making your life difficult for this education. For example, oh yeah, shopping here to get pads because women need them. And it's like, oh, I can't shop here. But I'm like, I, but don't you need these? Yeah, but you shop that here though. But I'm like, it's what we buy. Okay, well, no, you have to go to this store. We can't shop it here. But we have the product. Use it? No. So I was like, I don't get it. Like, I just genuinely don't get it. So, as much as I like to keep helping her, and people say, oh, just go back to her. Like I said, I tried. Shop here, no. Support this, no. Cancel this, no. Can I do this, no. Enjoy this, no. Democrats, I don't get it. I love her. I wish her the very best. I treated her the best of my ability, and yes, there's some stuff that I regret and cringe throughout my time throughout the days. So I'm like, oh yeah, like just stuff that was like personal between me and her, and I generally cringe and say sorry, 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 or I go throughout the day because like I regret it. But it's like I remember apologizing after that stuff. So like I did apologize during, but afterwards I feel like I should apologize again. But I don't know if I should or not. But I did apologize, and I did the best that I could during my relationship. I wasn't the best person then. I'm a lot different now. Like 3 months later, I have changed. But like I said, I helped her, did the best that I could. I treated her to the best of my ability from what I understood. I was like, hey, I give advice. Like, hey, you follow a bit much with politics on the Democrat side. Maybe subscribe from 5 people, or just take a break. Maybe not focus so much on politics or what's going on in this certain organization. Just take a break, enjoy life, like me. If we're chilling, I'm like, let's just chill. Like, let's just enjoy a show. Let's just not really focus on politics on a daily basis. That we have to figure out every single thing of where we go, what we shop, what we buy, and who, what, when, where, why. But she doesn't want to, so I can't help no more. And right now, she's like in college now, and she has to figure it out on her own. I can't help. I tried my best. But on the Democrat side, you can only do so much that you can do. Like I said, either you're 100% or not, or you're an enemy. So for me, it doesn't make sense. But I did my best. And I knew I treated her to the best of my ability, treated her well, and that's all I could have done. I never treated her lustfully, harmfully, anything like that. I never hit her, never did anything wrong. There are times I probably misdid my anger a little bit, but that's because, like I said, for me, you shouldn't teach a kid about their gender and try to figure out what their sexuality is, what's comfortable with them. Like, nah, if it's a boy, you raise it a boy. If it's a girl, you raise it a girl. Like, I generally don't understand what's confusing about that, or hard, or simply triggering, in my opinion. I was raised right, in my opinion. I know how to respect people. I know how to treat people right. I know what's good and what's bad, what's right and what's wrong. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I was raising pretty good, so I don't know. But like I said, I don't know what to do, can't do much, so I leave it to the world to figure things out. I do what I can daily and all that. Like I said, I did the best that I could during the relationship, and hopefully she's happy whatever she's doing now, and she finds somebody that supports her with her like political beliefs that I feel like affects you daily. Because like I said, shopping here, doing this, doing that, and then I don't know. I just hope she's happy and she's doing good. And if she wants to do anything LGBTQ, she can do it. That's her thing. That's what she wants to do. Then let her do it. I can't be a part of it because I'm a Christian. I did the best that I could. And she doesn't want to have kids, and I really want to have a family one day. But she doesn't want that with me because I can't be trusted with kids and how I'm not respecting her. But it's like, I'm not disrespecting you. It's just I'm trying to help you understand that what you're doing is wrong. Now for you, you may think it's right. But like I said, I'm trying to show you evidence. Like I said, unless you support the party 100%, you're wrong. So I just don't get it. And then I feel like I can be trustworthy with a kid. Maybe I'm old school parenting, but that's the way I was taught. I don't see anything really wrong with it. Versus the kids now coming, like I said, pronouns, I can be a woman, but like you're like 10, you don't understand anything yet. So it's like it's this generation of parenting kids that don't understand what's right and what's wrong, what's good, what's evil. That's why it's up to us, the parents, to understand what's good. I'm not even a parent, but I do understand the danger of what Trump's doing and what the Democrats are doing by intoxicating the kids with ideology, sociology, and all that type of stuff. It's doing history, telling you were born in the wrong body and stuff like that. So I may not be the smartest, not everything, but I'll do what I can. Like I said, I got DVDs of like Baby Einstein. I got um, like I'm trying to find PBS Kids DVDs because like that stuff that I grew up with, like helps you educate. It was good for the kids, like Bill Nye and stuff, you know. But I'll figure it out as I go. But for right now, my only thing in life is helping myself, trying to get over her, which I am. Like I don't think much, just the regrets of this dumb stuff in a relationship, and then like I don't know, just focus on making videos for YouTube, my writing career, buying stuff that I like, regardless of what politics tells me that I am or what I'm not, doing what's supposed to be for me, and yeah, just get along in life. I'm still here. God bless me with today's day. I may not be doing much to advancing my career, but God bless me today by making today's video. You are alive. That is more than enough as a blessing. You may be struggling. You may be homeless. You may live in an abusive family, but you are alive to this day. Because think about it. The way I was back in that 2020 before COVID, where I was an idiot and I regretted everything. Look where I am now. I'm 21 years old. 5 years later, in 2025, and look what happened. I never thought about during that time period during COVID of getting a girlfriend, going through a breakup. I thought the relationship was good. We had rough patches. We didn't work out because politics in a way. Oh, I already finished the water. But like I said, politics is what I feel like mostly influenced her to think like this, because she wasn't like this when we first dated. I'm like, that wasn't you. You became this. You became the Democrat we are today. Because during Biden's era, we used to shop at Smith's all the time, Target. We used to do so many things. But now because Trump is in office, no. We can't do half the things we did no more. But I'm like, why? Because Trump did this. And we shop at Smith's all the time. Your mom buys groceries at Smith's all the time, and you eat the groceries from Smith's. So how does that work? Like, for me, it doesn't make sense because it's the Democrats thing. So it's like, it just didn't work out because, I don't know, the points of view of what's right and what's wrong. So, like I said, I really do hope she's happy. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry for everything and how I treated you. I disrespected you in the ways that I did. And I always love you. And I really do hope you're happy with whatever you're looking for in life. And I'm sorry I couldn't give that to you. But I did help you because you had autism and you are who you are because I helped you overcome certain things. But I wish the best for you. I'm still praying for you daily. And I just hope you're happy and you're safe. I'm sorry things couldn't work out. I do apologize. I just wish you're doing good and you're safe. I just hope one day you wake up seeing that what you're doing isn't really right on certain things, something. Like I said, I never wanted to hurt you. I never did. I just want to help you understand that like LGBTQ stuff is not really right. You can't force your life on politics your entire life by shopping at certain stores. You can't. You're just making your life miserable. And I want to help you understand that one day. Please, take care of yourself. I gave you a Bible, and maybe one day you'll read it. You learn the truth. If not, I just really hope you're happy. And I thank you for everything you've done for me. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I just miss her. I just can't help people that don't want help. So I'm just confused now. I'm like, what do I do as a human being? She's gone. She wanted to be friends. But it's like, I can't be friends with somebody after a breakup, and we all know how that works. It never does. Because I love you to a point. I want to have a family with you. I want to move out. I want to have a place with you. Like, I will care less if you never went to college, but she's in college. You go to McDonald's your entire life. I care less. I love you. I want to help you. But you can't help people who don't want help. And that's sad. That's the same thing with me. I don't help myself. I would generally help her figuring out, okay, like we broke up, right? And I found a company or a store that has like a little Etsy shop, right? Like a bunch of Etsy people can come here in Vegas locally and like put their art and sell it here, and like she could sell her art here, but I'm like, we're not together no more, so why would I help her with this? It's like, I like, even after breakup, I'm still helping her in my head. But I wouldn't help myself going to the gym, fixing my diet, shaving daily like I'm supposed to. Like, I'm not taking care of myself. I'm just, I don't know. I don't really have a motive right now. Like even the Bible. I'm supposed to be a Christian, read the Bible, but now like recently, I've just been like not reading it as much or even at all. Just chilling, like just doing daily stuff. Like I would just, like today, wake up, eat cereal. Well, no, I had coffee today and some cookies that you're supposed to dip in coffee and eat it as the Mexican. And then right now I made the video, clean my room, looking up phones to buy for Black Friday deals coming up. Because I need to upgrade because I have a Motorola. I haven't even seen the show yet. I just thought it was a good card because I know she's like popular in the series. So I just had it for my case. Like I said, right now, like I don't understand the motive. I could do cosplaying, I could do more video gamings, I could do streaming, I could do my studies, but I don't have a motive. Like without her, I don't know. Like I don't feel like living. I'm not suicidal. I just don't feel a point because I want to help people. I want to be with her, help her. I want to come home one day to a person like Spy Family. Seeing that Lloyd comes home, he has a loving wife. Can't cook, has a daughter who's horrible at her homework, a dog to take care of, but that's ideal. You see Spy Family and I cry during that movie because I like that. I'm like, that's what I would like one day. I want a family. But now that it's gone, or the opportunity's gone, I don't feel a motive anymore for YouTube because she helped me build all this. What I'm doing today was helping with her. So it's like, I don't know if I could be doing anything now. Because everything, my books, my studies. Let me move my camera. You see that shelf? Like where the Jotaro Funko is, there's a bunch of learning books, Funkos, toys, right? Then I got manga. Hold up. Manga, video games, stuff like that. Cereal boxes. I'm cleaning. But as you can see, I have a bunch of video games. Bunch of mangas, studying books, Funkos, collectibles, paperworks, and more, right? So it's like, all this was because of her, or with her, to help with her. So all the studies and everything that I'm doing, that I want to do in life, I have lost all motive because it will always bring back because of her. But as a Christian, I shouldn't worry about this, and I should be focusing on God. Or maybe this wasn't my purpose. Maybe God's saying delete everything. Well, no, I'm not going to, but it's like, just stop all this and something else will come up here. I don't know, like, I'm generally lost. But this is just me venting, journaling. It's been an hour, better get going because I have stuff to do throughout the day. So, thank you for watching. If you have any recommendations or help, please help me in the comments down below. It's just me journaling. And yeah, I'll figure it out as I go. I still don't know. Like I said, I've just been wasting life, kind of, since the breakup. So, I don't know. Maybe one day it'll change. Don't know. But that's it for today's journaling video. And thanks so much. And have a blessed day, everybody.